Alright, Rugula, so first things first, I am running Arcane Acceleration. You don't have to, but it does make the weapon feel a lot better, in my opinion. These are builds that I enjoy, and I hope that you enjoy too. That's just there, because I'm running it. Now, I have 3 whole builds for you guys. This one is Corrosive, Blast, and Viral. We are running Primary Crux because even though a magazine of 72 is quite good, it is burst fire. So, it's 3 shots per trigger pull. Having Primary Crux not only boosts your status chance substantially, but it also gives you at max stacks 60% ammo efficiency, which effectively gives you a much larger magazine, which is pretty cool, and it feels a lot better. I have Primary Acuity for all of that weak point damage stuff, and if you don't know, that means we can't have multi-shot with it. Galvanized Scope to go with it, to boost the crit chance even further, since we do start out with actually a 2.3, if I remember correctly, base crit damage, which is quite nice, a little bit above average. Then we have Serration because we don't have any other base damage, we don't have Primary Deadhead or anything like that. Prime Cryo Rounds in Hellfire to create Blast, it has Viral innately. I have a Toxin Valence bonus, and because of the Toxin Valence bonus, and the Valence bonus element is always calculated last, that's why I have High Voltage here, and it's why I have it near the end of the mod. Setup, whatever you would call this thing. Because it goes from left to right, for those of you who don't know. And then Galvanized Aptitude to boost damage more, and for extra status chance, just cause every little bit helps. Now, we definitely want Blast to be the highest weighting, so that way it procs more often. And as you can see here, it is at 44.2% chance to proc over the other 3, which is great. The other reason why we are running these specifically is because we can get away with it without tanking our status chance because of Primary Crux. And of course, Vigilante Supplies, that you don't have to have. I just do because why not, Easier orange and reds periodically. That's what I like. You can, however, run Terminal Velocity, because it is a projectile weapon, or Guided Ordnance, because even though the spread isn't bad, it will help it. It will help tighten that spread even more. And I'll show you what the spread looks like here. And that is my primary acuity build. Now, this build here is the non-acuity build. Basically, the same setup. The only difference is that I have Galvanized Chamber and Point Strike to boost its crit chance a bit more. With Point Strike, you're hitting solid yellows, and you will actually get a decent amount of oranges from this and Galvanized Scope and Vigilante Supplies as well. Now, if you're running Haro and a Darza Kavat and Avenger and all that kind of stuff, you definitely don't need Point Strike. You can put Primary Shred, whatever, and stuff like that. I mean, if you're going to run Haro, you probably don't need any crit chance at all. But yeah, so this and actually the primary acuity build I switch back and forth with because these get worked on. I do like them both. And actually it's so fun that I actually enjoy the primary acuity build for this weapon. In addition to that, if you were curious, it drains 5% health to reload, which for me, it took 1 health. Just 1 measly health. And then of course, it has the lifesteal on headshots. So, if that's something you want to utilize into your build, if you're doing pretty good as a health tank but you want some additional health regen, consider this weapon. The last build here, as you know, I am a Toxin Enjoyer. Yes, I am. Basically, again, the same setup, but the difference is that we have Magnetic Capacity and Primed Shred. For the punch through, since it doesn't have any actual AoE, this is going to help out with that. Now, the Magnetic Capacity is a flex slot, and you could replace it with Rifle Elementalist to get the most you can out of your toxin damage procs. And what I would suggest here, because this is the weakest of the 3 builds, is if you wanted to take this into a bit higher than Steel Path, since you already have Viral on the weapon itself, I would recommend switching your viral priming pet to a corrosive priming pet. That way, you get armor strip to help the toxin do even more damage, and then you have viral on the weapon itself to boost its damage even higher. Now, those two things together, especially if you have full armor strip, if you're running two Tau Forged Green Archon shards, that makes Toxin absolutely devastating. So, if you really wanted to, max this out in terms of toxic capability, that would probably be the way to go. The Coda Hema definitely is not the best weapon in the world, and there are better Coda weapons, but if you've already got the good ones, and you're looking for something different to try, something to play around with, those are the builds, y'all. So with that said, I hope y'all have a good day, a good night, and may RNG be in our favor.